Hi everyone, today we're going to be making homemade corn tortillas, and to do so you only need just a few ingredients. Instant corn masa flour, found at most Mexican grocery stores. Some water, about 2 cups or so, and just some salt, sea salt, whatever you have available. In terms of supplies, it would be great to have some kind of a parchment paper or some kind of a wax paper that you can put in your tortilla press. And these can be found online or also at a Mexican market. So let's go ahead and get started. First, we're going to be adding 2 cups of the instant corn masa flour. And it's not an exact science, just approximately 2 cups should work. Then next we're going to be adding approximately 1 teaspoon of your salt. So as you can see, I'm not measuring it exactly, I'm just eyeballing it. So let's go ahead and just mix this around a little bit to mix the salt in with the corn masa flour. And then our final ingredient will just be some warm water, just approximately about 1.5 cups to 1 2/3 cups. And we're going to go ahead and mix it around. And what we're going to be looking for is a dough that is just nice and soft and smooth. So if you find that your dough needs a little bit of water, go ahead and add a little bit extra water if it looks dry. If it's looking too runny, or if it feels really sticky and wet, just go ahead and add a little bit more of the masa flour. So I like to use a spoon to start with, but then you'll see I switch over to start using my hands. And I'm just gathering up the dough into pretty much a ball. It should only take about a minute or so to mix it up pretty well. And then I'm just going to form just one ball out of this dough, and then I'm going to start splitting it into separate balls. In the end, you'll end up with maybe 10 or 12 or so balls of dough. So what I'm looking for when I make these balls is to end up with ones that are about 1.25 inches, maybe 1.5 inches or so in diameter. And when you put them in the tortilla press, you'll see that it makes a nice sized tortilla. So now the fun part begins. We're going to go ahead and get our tortilla press ready. We're going to open it up, and we're going to go ahead and put those 2 pieces of parchment paper, which I cut into round circles. We're going to put those into the tortilla press. One will be on the bottom of the dough and one will be on the top of the dough. I'm also going to check to make sure that my pan is nice and ready. I'm using cast iron set at about medium heat. And I started that about 5 or 10 minutes before I started making my dough, just so it's nice and warm and ready to go. So now you're seeing I'm just getting one of those balls of dough, putting it in between the pieces of parchment paper, closing down the tortilla press, putting a little bit of pressure on it, and then you open it back up again, and there's your tortilla. So now I'm going to cover up the dough, the rest of the balls of dough, with a cloth towel just to keep the dough nice and warm. And I'm going to gently pull away the parchment paper away from your new tortilla. And then we'll go ahead and transfer it into your cast iron skillet for about a minute. So after that minute's over, you're going to want to get your spatula and you're going to want to flip the tortilla over onto its other side. And you should see little brown spots or almost black spots on the side that was just heated up. So now we're going to go ahead and flip the tortilla over one more time. So you've already flipped it over now twice. And what we're going to look for is that the tortilla is going to start puffing up just a little bit. Some tortillas might puff up more than others. If you don't see it puffing up, or no bubbles forming, then go ahead and push a little bit into the center of the tortilla, not too hard, but just a little bit, and that might help it. So you're gonna let it sit on this side for about 20 to 30 seconds, and then you'll be able to transfer your tortilla over into a storage container until you finish all the rest of your tortillas. To store your tortillas, you can use a plastic container that's meant for tortillas. You can go ahead and line it with paper towels first and stack up your tortillas one by one as you make them. Another possibility is to use a cloth towel, and after you've added the tortillas, just go ahead and wrap it up, and that'll just help keep the tortillas warm until they're all finished and they're ready to serve. So that concludes the video about how to make homemade corn tortillas. I hope that you and your family love them as much as we do, and feel free to go ahead and share this video with your family and friends, and have a nice day.